Hello everybody and welcome back to BattleTech. I almost said Operation Logistics there. That would have been a little bit awkward. Now our Grasshopper is a little low on the armor right now, but I expect there to be another enemy lance here. We're going to pick up this guy with the Highlander here, and I want to find a position that's covered to end the turn in, but unfortunately one doesn't exist. So let's just go ahead and bring up the Black Knight and the Orion 1V, and we'll see where we're going. Oh, Commander, the area's been cleared. Darius has given me the green light to land immediately. Hold position. What was that about superior numbers? He had the same number of mechs. He just thought we took that much damage from going through the 8 mechs earlier? Okay, whatever. Thank the gods that's over with. I'm getting us out of here, Commander. We'll contact Shugo Yamaguchi after we've docked with the Argo. At last, we're finally going home. Like, they act like this was such a huge battle of attrition. It really wasn't. Okay, whatever. We didn't have that hard of a time. Like, it really wasn't that bad. Ensure the mech carrying Lee's second survives. Success. So I guess there were more mechs that we just never ran into. But if that's the case, why didn't we have to evac? I'm so confused right now. Okay, whatever. We took no damage. It's fine. I'm not going to question it. We get a free Black Knight out of it. And a Victor part. I'm okay with this. Maybe we get another Victor part. That would be ideal. And by that I mean out of the Flashpoint cache. Or maybe we didn't get Lee's? Maybe that's not the end? I don't know. This is only a medium length deployment though, and I think we were at the max for a medium length. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little awkward.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
So, a Black Knight 6, the Long Hunt 4, High Orbit, Lindsay. You've done it, Commander. As we speak, Lee's is pounding his fist bloody in my dropship's brig. The arrogant bastard's composure is cracked. He screamed himself hoarse, but to no avail. A monster has been collared, and a slaughtered people are soon to be avenged. I raise my glass to you all. Hey, will you look at that? He's drinking again. If that doesn't warm his heart, nothing will. Glad to see that things are getting back to normal. Normal enough, Commander. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, nothing has changed. Lee's is just one man in a galaxy of troubles. He's a small one at that. But on a personal level, I feel that a great wrong has been set right, and I have you to thank for it. Thank us with sea bills, Shugo Yamaguchi. There we go. Our mechs soaked up a lot of fire over the course of this deployment, and repairing them won't be cheap. Okay, I disagree with you, Sumire, but I'm not going to say anything while our client is on the line. Of course, Ms. Meyer. You'll receive everything you negotiated for, as well as a healthy bonus. Enjoy the spoils of your efforts, Commander. You've earned it. Well, that was a hell of a thing. Yes, it was. But at the end of the day, we delivered Lee's to Shugo Yamaguchi. Thanks to us, House Kurita gets to do what it pleases with a remorseless war criminal. That's about as clear a win as we could ever hope for. It's a win for everybody. A butcher of innocent civilians soon to be dead, and we helped to lower the noose around his neck. I wish that every day on the job was this satisfying. It's uncharacteristically vengeful of you, Doc. Don't get me wrong, it's a good change, but I'm a little surprised. Don't be. His right to my sympathy disappeared the moment he turned his guns on civilians. The galaxy is better off without him. Well said. Now let's get back to it, everyone. There are clients out there in need of mercenaries, and we've got bills to pay. What did we get? Oh, the Federated Suns are salty at us. That's fun. LRM 20+++, large laser. Ooh, an awesome part. AWS 8Q. That's an upgrade to our Black Knight right there. Okay. Because that finishes us in awesome. Well, there's only one thing I have to say about that, and that's awesome. Okay, so we've got ourselves the awesome here. Let's go ahead and go into our mech bays. We're going to need to repair both of our Orions. Yeah, look at that. 30,000 C-bills. That's all the damage we took. So this Orion 1V, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that for now. Now this Thunderbolt, I think we can safely shelve that at this point. Move these Black Knights down like this. This Black Knight can be shelved. And then this Awesome can take this position. And we'll need to refresh this in hopes that that Black Knight comes back. There it is. Okay, and then this Awesome. What are we going to do with it? Well, it's got 1,200 armor as is. I don't think we need to add any more. It's currently got 39.5 tons. So that's nice. And this is going to be a sniper mech, right? So the question is, do we want to run large lasers again? We could potentially run 6 of them. But that would use up basically all of our tonnage. Alternately, we could go a little bit more standard for an Awesome and run like maybe 4 PPCs. That's not exactly standard for an Awesome, but something like this be a little hilarious. Now our heat efficiency is super duper low. The benefit of this, of course, is that each one of these would do 20 stability damage, or this one would do 20 stability, this one would do 50 stability, this one would do 50 stability, and this one would do 35 stability. Which means that this is almost a guaranteed knockdown every time it fires. How much heat does it generate? 140, and it only sinks 30. So, I mean, basically everything else would need to be devoted to heat sinks if we did this. The alpha damage would be 210. That's not the point. I mean, don't get me wrong, that alone, I think, is an upgrade over our current Black Knight. A small one, but an upgrade nonetheless. It's at 155 stability damage. Now, we could run a 5th PPC, theoretically. If we did that, we'd only have 4 tons for heat sinks, so, and each heat sink only sinks, how much? 3 heat per turn? Yeah. I mean, we could do a heat bank. It takes up 4 slots. We could put that in our center. That makes our heat sinking a whole lot more efficient. And I think that's a good idea if we're going to do this. I mean, this is a terrible idea. This is an objectively terrible idea. But we'll put a heat sink in the head. And then we'll put a pair of heat sinks in each torso. And looking at this, I mean, we still can't alpha, right? No, we still can't alpha without overheating. So I'm wondering, what's the difference between a max heat and an overheat threshold? Like, I'm confused. We currently sink 39 heat. If we take this off, we sink 39 heat. Shutdown of 100 heat. We put this on for a plus 10 overheat threshold, and that puts us to 120 heat, which is 20 overheat threshold. So that's the 20 max heat, I guess? And then the overheat threshold... Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it, I think. Maybe. Well, no, because the max heat then gives us our shutdown. And then what exactly is the overheat threshold? The threshold at which internal damage occurs from excess heat buildup and thus boosting sustained weapons fire capability. Right. So I think if we drop the PPC, the 5th PPC here, and then just put in heat sinks, like put in 3 here. No, not a jump jet. What am I talking about? Heat sinks. Put in 3 here, and then 2 extra heat sinks over here, or maybe like spread these out a little bit so that we aren't super reliant on one torso. Kind of like that. And then drop like half a ton of armor. Kind of like this. We can actually go ahead and boost our rear armor slightly here to be like 60 and 120, like that, and then drop our leg armor ever so slightly, like that, and then just drop our... Well, this arm doesn't need to have any armor in it, really, at all. So kind of like that. And that gives us 1 ton remaining. And then we can just put a heatsink over here. With that, our heat sinking is 63 heat. Our alpha strike is 140 heat, and our shutdown is 120 heat. So like that, we can, I think, guarantee a knockdown. We'll have to see how that actually feels, but I think that's actually a really solid mech. So we'll go ahead and run that.
I'll get it in the schedule.
11 days until our mechs are back. So let's go ahead and train our mech warriors before we head out. We can grab a point of tactics, and actually, we are now maxed out. So we should be running Chicken Hound in the Juggernaut slot at this point.
Good to go.
Clem isn't ready for anything. Diva is almost maxed out, actually. He needs 20 XP to max out. That's nice. So we're going to be running Earthquake soon.
Good to go.
Patches, you can go ahead and grab one of each, I guess. That'll be fine.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Commander?
Okay, Payroll and Pod.
Waiting for orders.
Well, Pod definitely needs some points of gunnery. There you go, Pod.
Training complete.
Ready for orders.
Razor is maxed out. Ripsaw can be going down these trees here.
Complete.
There we go. And Steeljaw is fine. So where are we going next? That's the question. Well, I think there's only one Flashpoint available right now. And that is this jerk again. We're going to head over. Excellent. Okay, so we've already attempted this. We ended up failing it once, but that's because I went the honorable route, and I will not make that mistake again. Our awesome will be good to go by the time we get there, and we should have no trouble whatsoever blowing through this with our real, actual lance. Since we know for a fact that if we go honorable, this guy betrays us.
Ready to go.
And the thing is, it still should have been fine. Realistically. We just got hit so many times with so many evasive pips, and that's that. Sometimes you just have bad luck. We probably could have done it, even being honorable, but we're just going to drop a lance on this guy's face.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Okay, our mechs are good to go. And we have a stronger lance than ever before. Now I just want to get like a King Crab in the Juggernaut slot. And then like the LRM variant of the Awesome. Or maybe a Stalker for the LRM boat slot. That would be super nice. Travelers in need. In the daily briefing, Sumire brings up an open hail from a nearby ship. They say their crew has contracted a virulent case of the periphery pox, but the local government is preventing them from landing to receive medical care. Darius shrugs. We could sell them some of our medical supplies. It would limit us in the med bay for a bit, but given their situation, I expect they'd pay up. Dr. Murad bristles at this suggestion. Spacers should stick together, Commander. Besides, the local authorities might appreciate our generosity. We'll share the antivirals. We already have some. You nod at Dr. Murad. We've been here before, and we have a stash of antivirals in the medbay to show for it. We have an obligation to pass on our good fortune, make arrangement for a transfer of supplies. Over the next several days, word trickles through the ship about your decision. Between the large contingent of lifelong spacers in the crew and those mech warriors who've survived their own personal brush with the periphery pox, there's a wave of support. Sumire also passes along a message of thanks from the planet's surface for resolving the situation favorably. One rep with the Taurian Concordat, and morale increased by 2. Excellent. Okay, well, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to smash that jerk's face in. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.